This is Brian, and welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. And we are basically ready to just head on and finish the game now. Just working my way to the bottom of the northern crater. And we did already beat both of the super bosses, Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon. If you're interested in watching that, go back and check out the last couple of episodes from the playthrough. Alright, here we are. Hey. Do I have to go all the way around the other way? It's kind of dumb. I guess they want you to trigger it from one direction. I think you can talk to everybody one last time. This is it. Let's just get this over with. Alright. This is the last dance. Finally made it here. Well, shall we get going? It feels like we made it as far as we can. Being with you all is not so bad. Let's get going. All right, everyone. Let's mosey. Damn. Again? Stop saying it like a wimp. Can't you say, move out, or something? Move out. What? Look at the number. Shit. They're coming out in full force. Cloud, you go first. I'm fighting here too. Shut up. It won't do us no good with everyone back here. Barrett's right. You take two of us with you and go first. The rest will catch up with you later. Is this like a practice run before the real thing? Yeah, a major practice run. I'm fine with that. Probably more fun than fighting with Sephiroth down there. This might be fun to pass time. They're coming. They're already on the floor next to us. Cloud, hurry up and make up your mind. Well, I'm gonna stick with the button with the group I had. All of you. Later. Yeah, later. So who else would say something if I didn't leave Barrett behind, huh? I think these platforms we gotta jump on here, there's basically gonna be a force fight on each one of them. We get something like a Marlboro or something. Maybe not. I stand corrected. Maybe it's on this main platform. Well, here we got a random encounter, I suppose. Okay, the dragon zombie, I think it was. Couldn't last too long. And if you hadn't fought one of these guys yet, pretty sure the one down here, the first one you find, would still use Pandora's box, so if you still needed that enemy skill, first time you fight one of these guys is the only time they'll use it. And it's a last attack, like as their final attack after you've finished them off. Guaranteed to get them to use it, at least one, or just that once though. Where are we? What's this? Nova. It's coming. Yep. So we aren't done with Genova yet. Still got another one here. Doubt if it has a steel, but let me just check. And yes, it has 3 parts. But with the 4 times cut, we will target all of them. It's just random which one he's going to hit. Looks like that one's already down. Alright, both the arms are down already. And yeah, this won't take long at all. There's a countdown going though. But she didn't make it. Yeah, I suppose I could have tried to just make it through here, and then I could have gone to a prior save point to do the super bosses, but I don't know. I played through the game enough times. I'm not that worried about the challenge of it, or about just completing it and getting to the story and finding out how everything goes. So I apologize if there are people out there that really wanted to see some barely making it through the final battles here. I'll probably try to do that going forward with other series. Wait. Wait. Is this light holy? Ow, damn, man. Barrett. What? So everyone's together again? Yeah, how'd the rest of them get here? Ugh. Yep. See the flash of who it is. Sephiroth. Ugh. Is this the true power of Sephiroth? My body. I can't control my body. My front legs, my hind legs, my tail's about to tear off. This is definitely not good. He's way out of our league. I don't know if I can go on. Loud. There. It's there. Cloud? Holy is there. The holy is shining. Eris's prayer is shining. Holy. Eris. It's not over yet. This isn't the end yet. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell throughout the game the fact that it's like you're fighting against Sephiroth several times, but then it's actually like Genova showing an illusion, so when are you actually facing the real Sephiroth? We should still be good. I don't need to pull enough. But yes, we do need to set up other groups. I don't remember if you actually fight with all of them, or if it's just a matter of having them as backup. Well, let's set this one up as well as we can then. let's give each one of these a master something. And then where do we go from there? We'll give him Knights of the Round. Yeah, let's do that. That'll help a little. And he does have the Master Magic, so why not W Magic? Likewise, he has the Master Summon. So we'll do a W Summon. It's not a mastered one, but still. And why not the other enemy skill? What else do I want to give her? Yeah, I'm not too worried, but I figure I might as well. Might as well use up this stuff that I have and get everybody equipped relatively. I think that's fine though. Now, if we actually, I don't really remember how it goes, but if we actually have to utilize all three groups, well, this will be the one that's a little bit lacking. That's where I put K-Sith in the other party for that, because I feel like he is probably the weakest character overall. So at least here we still have Yuffie and Red 13, which are both relatively powerful. Let's see, what do I got left? Yeah, there's not really much I'm going to worry about putting on these guys. Oops. I was going to move Red to the back row, but oh well. Let's go, everyone. Ugh. Not only Eris, holy is the prayer of Avalanche, of Marlene and Dine, and everyone on the planet. I'm going to see it through to the end, for our future and that of the planet. I understand now, Grandpa. This is my mission. I won't let the life stream or the life of the planet wither away. Eris's memories, our memories, We came to tell you our memories. Come, planet, show us your answer. And Sephiroth, and the settling of everything. Sephiroth doesn't have a face, it doesn't look like from this angle. Alright. Got some different music going on here. Think about the sequence of 5 targets and beat them. If a part dies, change to a different party. Well, just to show who these are. Bizarro Sephiroth. So just the different parts of Bizarro Sephiroth. Just go ahead with my 4-cut. Got one of the parts at least. Looks like the head. Or the top thing, or whatever the hell that is. Yep, those gravity moves still hurt. Worried about the other party members? Not really. I think if you say yes, then it'll switch to them fighting instead. And I'd rather just keep this party going. I don't really need to use 2, but I have W item on, so whatever. You gonna use those mega elixirs or not? I was getting a little bit worried about it the way it was going there, because every time we kill one of his parts, it was negating my stored up turns. You can see, yeah, they can't hurt the core, but I think that's until the other parts die. But since I have 4-cut on, well, it's just randomly hitting the parts. So I suppose maybe better to use like Knights of the Round, but I feel a need to do that. Cloud's almost built up to a limit break anyway, so he'll have Omni Slash ready to go. Okay, the head portion revived. Taking a long time. Ah, missed Cloud. No, I'm not worried about them. They're doing fine. And I think that is it for this. At the end of Sephiroth, finally. And cue the new music. Nope, we're not done with him yet. That was Bizarro Sephiroth, and what do we have here? Here we have Saper Sephiroth. And yes, I had said that I thought you could get Shadow Flare from one of the final bosses, and there it is. If you didn't have that on your enemy skill, I guess, that's a chance to get it again. Parts of this I kind of almost want to keep from commenting a little bit just because listen to the music going on. Let's throw an Omnislash at him. Cloud's not full HP, so I'm not sure if that matters for that against him. I guess I was expecting it to be a magic or cure all. It wasn't quite. Hail Horse. Ah. And Supernova. Which, if I remember right, can be a pretty nasty one. Which looks like basically he's summoning a comet or something. It takes out Pluto. Saturn, it seemed like it at least took out the rings or something. Blows a hole in the middle of Jupiter. And then collides with the sun, which I guess is going to cause the sun to go supernova. So, yeah, if this is actually a real move, it's like, wow, that makes that meteor that he summoned look like small potatoes if he could just do this in the first place. And the supernova comes just far enough to kiss our party, but not quite blow up the entire world, I guess. But so much for the solar system. White Wind, I used that so I could get Sid back out of frog form mostly. But yeah, then the Mega Elixirs will bring us back up. I'm kind of hesitant on using Chaos, but why not? Just because I don't think I won't be able to control him anymore, basically. So, he'll be in Berserk form. But yeah, this way you get to see Chaos at least. Satan Slam. Yeah, even though he's protected from physical, we're still hitting him pretty well with that 4-time attack. And yeah, Sephiroth can use a move like Supernova. What good would our mortal characters really have? What chance would they really have against him? Chaos Saber. He's dispelling us. I don't think I had anything. I have any boosts active anyway. My big guarded ran out a while ago, I'm pretty sure. Bean? I don't remember what that does. Tickled a little bit. Yeah. Can't select an action while that thing's going through its animation. Yeah, and he paralyzed Sid, huh? That looks like the Chaos Saber was enough to finish him off, maybe. But yeah, he still has quite a bit of HP. He's not a pushover. Certainly if you weren't as prepared and didn't have as much materia and stuff as I have, you could easily get wiped out by him. I think I'll still go through the ending and give my review today, but it'll just make it a pretty long episode, but that's okay. Because I would hate to split it up and just do the ending and review in one episode. Eventually, if I play some long enough games, it might get to the point where I have to do that, because the endings might just take too long. I don't think this ending is that long. Plus, I think we might not quite be done yet. This is all we could do. Wait, what about Holy? What's going to happen to the planet? That, I don't know. Isn't the rest up to the planet? You're right. We've done all that we could do. All right, everyone. It's no use thinking about it. We'll leave all our worries here. Let's go home proud. What happened? Feel it. What? Is still here. Still. Cloud? He's laughing. Cloud. There we got the movie version of Cloud, a little better looking. Going through some kind of a wormhole. Space or time or both. And there he is. He looks like just the normal human form of Sephiroth, but a whole one. Not one that was cut off at midsection. Yeah, we got one-on-one Cloud versus Sephiroth here. Yeah. Weren't quite done yet. But look at Cloud's limit gauge is just growing on its own. So what they want you to do here is you just want to use Omnislash. And I'm pretty sure, even if you didn't actually learn it, Cloud has it here. It's kind of like he's just like, finally, F you, Sephiroth. Had enough of your shit. Who's the real soldier? And yes, a bloody Sephiroth is finally disintegrating. Cloud's got a little blood splatter too. Probably Sephiroth's. After he just wailed on him with his sword that many times. A little bit of splatter, I suppose. Live stream? Man, would that be? Yep. It's just Tifa trying to give him a hand to get back out. Everything is crumbling now. So she was trying to save him, but he ends up catching her anyway. I think I'm beginning to understand. What? An answer from the planet. Promised Land. I think I can meet her there. Yeah, let's go meet her. Hey, where is everyone? Hey! Glad you're all safe. They all seem to be safe too. But now what are we gonna do? Holy should be moving soon. And that means this place will. Oh, Lady Luck, don't fail me now. Sid loses his cigarette out of his mouth. What are they looking at? It's like one of his pilots jammed the Highwind down into the crater. And they got to focus on the bikini babe there. Yeah, I was going to say, how would they expect to fly the thing out of there? But I guess they were just counting on getting blown out. The ship's breaking up. Shit. Flower girl? I don't know if it hurt her or just sensed it or exactly what that means. Yep, Edgar's toast. Wait a damn minute. What's gonna happen to Midgar? I can't let that happen. I had everyone take refuge in the slums. But the way things are now, it's too late for Holy. Meteor is approaching the planet. Holy is having the opposite effect. Forget Midgar. You gotta worry about the planet. What's that? The hell is that? Live stream. It's coming. By that, I guess Eris's work is done. Alright. Credits. Yeah, I would have thought they said that for the live stream to have that kind of an effect, that means that life somewhere else would have basically had to been sacrificed for the planet to be able to sacrifice that much live stream. So I guess I'm not exactly sure if they explain that in any of the other games or anything, or what was sacrificed to do that. Maybe it was all the people in Wutai. They just had to go. And yeah, I mean, I would have thought the slums of Midgar, if they knew it was heading directly for Midgar, they should have just evacuated the whole town completely, because I wouldn't think the slums would have been that safe from those tornadoes or whatever they were that were ripping through the city. I don't remember exactly how long the credits are, but I think I'll start to give a short review while they're going. And I believe there are some scenes after the credits too, so we're not completely done yet. So I'll try to make sure I stop reviewing when we get to that point. So yeah, just always give a short review of some things that I liked about the game, and a few points that I thought maybe they could have done better or I didn't like exactly. This is a great game. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasies, and Final Fantasy is probably my favorite series, so that puts it up there in my probably top 10 games overall, or top 10 favorites. Out of Final Fantasy, it's probably in my top 3. That could depend, that can vary based on the day, I suppose, but it's at least top 4. I don't know, I'd probably put 9 ahead of it. I really like 9, and then 6 and 10 are also pretty close in there, but yeah, it'd be between those, I guess. So anyway, for this one, what were some positive points and things that I enjoyed the most about it? Well, for one thing, overall I thought it was a pretty good story, and the character interaction was really good dialogue. And you got to flesh out all your characters a little bit. Even the optional ones, like Vincent and Yuffie, had a little bit of side material, optional stuff to do. Yuffie had the Wutai stuff, and Vincent had the Lucretia cave in that waterfall. So there wasn't a lot for Vincent, but then again, he was a little bit harder to get anyway, so they probably didn't necessarily expect everybody on a first-time playthrough to be able to get him. I don't know. And the next thing I thought was maybe not the overall graphics, because they're kind of dated in the whole polygon type of aspect of the characters, but I did like the graphics overall, especially at the time. It was pretty amazing when you saw the video scene, or like movie scene, FMV scenes. Like when you first saw the train going around the central pillar in Midgar, that was pretty sweet. So yeah, that still holds up, at least nostalgically for me. Next I want to talk about the materia system. Now, it was just kind of, I think overall, kind of an upgrade of the Esper system from Final Fantasy VI, in that it was about the same, where you just equip something to teach you magic. But in this one, it was a little different, in that you didn't permanently learn it, you just had to keep the materia equipped. But with the variety of materia, and the types of different materia, and the amount of slots you could get, it really left it up to you to do a lot of different customization and trial and error and just trying different combinations. So I thought overall, it made for a pretty in-depth kind of battle system and magic type of system. So I enjoyed it, and I do every time I play through it. Some of them get a little long as far as how much it takes to master them, like, well, most notably Knights of the Round, but yeah, if you were watching, I did actually master 3 copies of that even this time, so certainly doable. And I got through this playthrough, even with doing all that grinding, we still got done. My total playthrough was like 82 hours, I think. And that wasn't all on video, of course, like 20 hours off screen or so, but yeah, it's not... A lot of games these days are over 100 hours without doing that kind of grinding or stuff. If you just want to go straight through this game, you could probably still beat it in like 30 or 40 hours, I suppose, if you were rushing through it. Well, if you're a speedrunner, they probably do it in like 5 hours or something. I don't know. Not 100% sure on the speedrun on this one. I might have watched one back in the day, but I don't recall exactly how long it would have been. So, after the materia, I wanted to talk about the limit breaks. The limit breaks and the weapons that each character could get kind of were the only ways that you could differentiate different characters. So, like, that's one criticism, I suppose, of the materia system, is that it made every character kind of about the same. But at least with limit breaks, it made them each a little bit different. Like, of course, Tifa with fists was like the monk character in the game, and her limits for, yeah, that type of combat type of moves. Barrett is the gunner, and he used different gun skills as his limits. Cloud was just the basic straight-up swordsman, I guess. Maybe knight type of character. Sid was kind of like a dragoon, and that's what some of his limits were. Even they're called dragon stuff. So Yuffie was a ninja. I don't know if the limits would necessarily be ninja type of skills, but yeah, something like that. Not sure what kind of class you would call Red 13. Some kind of a beast, but... And yeah, Vincent was a berserker, I guess you'd say, with his limits, and also a sharpshooter. Kate Sith, I'm not sure. Gambler, I guess, that type of thing. Did I miss anybody? Eris, I guess, was, well, your more mage type character. Yeah, white mage, wizard. And I think we're about ready to get done with the credits here, so I'll hold off for a little while on the review before I finish that, because I think we got a couple of scenes coming up here. "500 years later." So, I don't know if you can tell from markings if that's actually supposed to be Red 13. I think that's the implication. Yeah, I think so. But it could be him or else Ascendant, and then there are a couple of young ones. So apparently Red did at least find a mate somewhere. You never see any more of his kind in the regular game, but they must be out there somewhere. And where's he taking the kids? To overlook the ruins of the city of Midgar. It has been retaken by nature, it looks like. Looks like the ocean's up around it too, kind of. A lot of water around it. It wasn't that close to the water. But, yeah. That's it, I believe. Kind of makes you wonder, was it just saying the fact that, like, Midgar, like, people just abandoned it because, well, there was so much damage, and maybe they learned their lesson and didn't want to build such a urban metropolis type of area, and they're going to go back to simpler living in smaller villages? Or are they saying that maybe people overall didn't really make it? Because maybe the planet kind of sided against the people, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I would take the interpretation, because all of our characters were fine at the end. And you could see the people in the other villages were looking out their windows at the live stream fighting off Meteor. So I would interpret it as saying that it was just the fact that they abandoned Midgar and moved back into smaller, simple living. But they did leave it open, I guess. Alright, to finish up my review quickly here, I just have a couple more positives, or, well, just one more thing I wanted to touch on, and then just a few negatives. Not too much in this game, because I do love it. It's pretty good overall. The last positive thing I wanted to talk about was, and I've kind of touched on it a little bit, but yeah, the fact that you had good characters, and they all had slightly different builds, and something different for them, and they all had some pretty good backstory, and different things you could learn about them. The last thing I wanted to say was, though, yeah, Eris, and the way she ended up going in the game. It was something that people remember a lot about this game, I think, and it hit people pretty hard. I don't know if it's just the way they wrote it or just the way you were meant to feel about her, because it's not like it's the first game, even in the series, where characters had died off, but it was more emotional, I think, in the way they wrote it, in the way the characters reacted. Because, I mean, Final Fantasy, yeah, you always had characters dying as long as they've had multiple party members. I'm trying to think. Final Fantasy 1 might not have had any, like, important NPCs die off. But even, like, Final Fantasy 2, going from there, they already started to have people die off. Like, Final Fantasy 2 for the NES, that's how they kind of kept giving you a different fourth party member as you went through the game. You had your 3 main party members, and then you just rotated different NPCs or different party members in to help you out. But yeah, usually eventually something would happen. Either they'd have something else to do, or a couple of them would actually die. So yeah, it's not unique here, but they just did it really well with Eris. Now for a few things that I wanted to nitpick a little more than what I already said, maybe about like the Materian system and some of that. The main thing I have probably that I don't like about this game, part of it is just because I'm not that good at some of them maybe, but they kind of overdid it with the mini-games. Now, even though some of the mini-games are pretty good and I enjoy them, like the Chocobo Racing is fine, I have no problem with that. A few of the mini-games in the Gold Saucer, like the basketball's not terrible. The bike riding thing, I could take it or leave it. Same thing with the submarine thing. Didn't really like the snowboarding. I really didn't like the speed square in the Gold Saucer because I wasn't good at it. But I suppose you could change your mind if you were really good at it. You might like that one. But I think overall they just did way too much of it. Even if you did like them, they didn't need to have that many separate mini games. Next. This might just kind of personally be me, and I've kind of changed on this slightly, I think, over the years as I've gotten older. I don't necessarily like Cloud as the protagonist in this one. Maybe just because he's so kind of messed up and wishy-washy. And I mean, yeah, I know that's part of the story and him kind of trying to find himself, but I don't like that for my main heroic character, I guess. That could be good for a side character, like maybe you're the main character and you're trying to help that person, but for him being the focus and the lead, I don't know. It was just kind of a little off-putting, maybe. Like, don't get me wrong, I still like Cloud's abilities, and he's a badass with his swords and his limit breaks, but yeah, he was a head case otherwise. And I mean, I can understand that, given what he's gone through, but still, I'd prefer to have maybe more like a Red 13 or a Tifa being the leader. Or Barrett. Barrett, I mean, they pointed out several times that, yeah, maybe he's not exactly leadership material, but yeah. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was, who's the bad guy? I know Sephiroth's the final boss. The whole story has you driving to go ahead and face him, but I guess maybe not the whole story, because when we start the game, it's, well, Shinra's the bad guy. And throughout most of the story, even after we're going after Sephiroth, it's still like, okay, Shinra bad. But then again, at some points, well, they show some signs of maybe trying to do the right thing, and it's overall self-motivated probably, but motivated by self-interest, but yeah. Oh, so I think the other thing that I look at is Hojo. He's part of Shinra, but he's really the one that is behind most of the bad shit that happens, including, like, bad shit that happened to Sephiroth. He's the one that made him what he was. And then there's Jenova. I mean, she was the one that came, and it's her cells that were causing all of the problems in all of the people. So, yeah, I don't know. You can kind of look at it that way, but that makes me feel like you don't really have a well-defined enemy, other than maybe all of them, but I like something like Kefka in Final Fantasy VI, where it's pretty clear for most of the game that, yeah, he's the guy that you gotta take out. So, take it for what it is. I'm going to go ahead and we'll finish Final Fantasy VII there, and we'll start up tomorrow with Final Fantasy VIII. I know that's not the one that most people think of very fondly for Final Fantasy games. It's one of the black sheep. That and 2 and maybe like 13 are the ones that people don't like. I still like 8. I can see the problems that people have with it, and I understand that. And I wouldn't say it's like in my top of my favorites at all, but it'd probably be somewhere in the middle for me. I'd put it somewhere around like Final Fantasy 4 and 8, and maybe 5 is above them probably, but yeah, it's in the mid-tier Final Fantasies for me probably. Bottom half of the mid-tier, but I don't hate it as much as most people do, so I'll enjoy another playthrough of it. So anyway, I thank you if you've watched through this whole series, and I hope you keep coming back for more. So thanks for watching, and if you have enjoyed the series, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow, and we'll catch you next time.